Hello students, let us discuss about the chapter first of ninth algebra sets, and in this session we are going to discuss about the Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams. British logician John Venn was the first to use closed figures to represent the sets. Such representations are called as the Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams are very useful in order to understand and illustrate the relationship among the sets. So, to draw the Venn diagrams, let us take some example. For example, here one set A is given. It contains the element 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So just draw a closed circle, closed figure, and name it as the set A, and draw, that means write the elements in the set as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is called as a Venn diagram of set A. Another example B, x such that x is greater than equal to minus 10 and less than equal to 0, and x is an integer. Here three conditions on set on the element x is given. First is that x is an integer. As we know that integers are 0, 1, 2, 3 etc. and minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 etc. So here another two conditions are given, that x is greater than equal to minus 10 and less than equal to 0. Less than equal to 0, that means x can take the value from 0, okay, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 etc. But x is greater than equal to minus 10, that means it can take a value up to minus 10. So first we have to write this set in a listing method form. So the set B contains the elements 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9 and minus 10. That means we are taking the elements from 0, minus 1, minus 2 up to minus 10. So let us represent by the Venn diagram. Draw any closed figure of, draw a rectangle and just place the element. Write the element as 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 etc. up to minus 10, and name the set as set B, and this is a Venn diagram of the set B. Let us understand the concept of universal set. Generally the universal set is denoted by the capital letter U, and in Venn diagram it is represented by a rectangle. Take one example. Here all students in a school who play the cricket. This is our universal set. And the small set A, suppose it is a subset of U and it contains the team of all cricket players. So here universal set contains all students in a school who play cricket. Take another example. Suppose we want to study the students in class 9 who frequently remain absent. So we must think all the students of class 9. So here universal set is the set of all students of class 9 or all students of all the divisions of class 9, and this is called as a universal set. Here we have to introduce the new concept, complement of a set. First let us observe in the image. Here capital U, that means universal set, is represented by a rectangle. Okay, now what are the elements of capital U? What are the elements of the set universal set? Yes, universal set contains the elements in this figure 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are the elements of universal set U. And there is another set B. So it contains the elements 1, 2 and 3, and here universal set is always bigger, so here B is a subset of universal set U. Then how to write the complement of set B? Complement of set B means we have to choose the elements which are not from the set B. Okay, that means here in the complement set we cannot take the elements of the set B, that means 1, 2 and 3. So in the set complement of B or B dash, it contains the elements only 4 and 5. This set can be represented as B complement or B dash. So it is called as a complement of a set B. That means we can define the complement of a set as, suppose U is a universal set and B is a subset of universal set U, then set of all elements in U but which are not in set B is called as complement of set B, and it can be denoted as a B complement or B dash. Let us discuss about some examples. Okay, the universal set given the elements 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, and the set P contains the element 1, 3, 7 and 10. Then show that these sets U, P and P complement by Venn diagram. First, as we know that the universal set capital U is denoted by a rectangle. So just draw a rectangle and name it as U. Now the set P is a subset of U and so just draw a closed circle and name it as a set P, and it contains the element 1, 3, 7 and 10. So this is our set P. Now the remaining elements of the set U are 2, 8, 9, 11 and 12, and these elements represent the set P complement. Okay, that means P complement means the elements which are not from the set P but which are from the set U. Okay, got it. Now let us discuss the second example. The set A contains the element 1, 3, 2 and 7. Then we have to write any three subset of set A. Here we can write the plenty examples of subset of set A, because here we can take all singleton set. For example, 1, 3, 2, 7. These are all subset of set A. Or here I have just written the three subset. Take a B set as 1, 3. The set C as 1, 2 and set D as 1, 7. These are also subset of set A. Okay. Now third example, write the subset relation between the following set. The set X is given as set of all quadrilaterals, and Y is a set of all rhombus, S is a set of all squares, and T is a set of all parallelograms, and V is a set of rectangles. As we know that the rhombus, square, parallelogram, rectangles, these are all types of quadrilaterals. So these are subset of quadrilaterals. So X is a bigger set. So here we can write S is a subset of X, V is a subset of X, T is a subset of X, Y is a subset of X, and V is a subset of X. Also we know that square can be a rectangle, but rectangle cannot be a square. So here we can also write S is a subset of V. Also here we can write the set of all rectangles. These rectangles are subset of parallelograms. Okay, because rectangles may be a parallelogram, but parallelogram may not be a rectangle. So here we can write as V is a subset of set T. Okay, now here also we can write Y is a subset of T, because Y is a set of all rhombus and T is a set of all parallelograms. Okay, so this way we can write a subset relation.